Everybody, appreciate it. I want to start by wishing my wife, Melania, a very happy birthday. It'd be nice to be with her, but I'm at a courthouse for a rig trial. It's a rig trial. Terrible. But we're doing very well in this rig trial. Everybody knows it. Yesterday was a big day, but I do have to begin by wishing Melania happy birthday. She's in Florida. I'll be going there this evening after this case finishes up. This horrible.
Happening, gang. It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. You guys just seen Donald Trump coming forth and pleading his case, guys, saying that this thing is not only political, but it's just simply not right. You know, today is his wife's birthday, and he's not able to spend that with her. He's having to spend his time in court, you know, facing these political witch hunts and these charade cases, guys. We already seen, you know, that first witness, David Pecker, not making things any better. We got a huge update to get into to see his testimony and how it's weakening this case, you know, and it's starting to crumble and turning a little bit of nothing, guys. I'm excited to get an update and see exactly how, you know, David Pecker is weakening this case. Alvin Bragg is not getting what he's wanting. Another big backfire coming, and Trump is only winning. So we're gonna get straight into the clip, and I'll get my thoughts on the back end, guys. So definitely stick around until the end, so you guys get my thoughts on the back end. And also, YouTube, push this video out. Definitely stick around until the end, you guys. Yo, let's get straight into the clip. Before we do that, though, make sure you guys hit that like button for me, and also hit that subscribe button, guys. So we're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Let's get into it, y'all.
Ahead of those remarks, joining us is former Assistant U.S. Attorney and Fox News contributor Andy McCarthy, George Washington University law professor and Fox News contributor Jonathan Turley, and former federal prosecutor Katie Cherkasky. Welcome to all of you. Andy, I'll start with you first as we do await the former president's remarks here. What do you believe is the strategy now with this cross-examination that is happening in that courtroom?
Well, evidently what they're trying to underscore, based on the reporting we're hearing, is that these agreements, these non-disclosure agreements, are legal. They're a staple of civil settlements in the United States. They go on all the time, and they're not criminal. And they will build from that to the ultimate argument that not only are they not criminal, Trump actually isn't charged with them in the indictment.
Interesting. Jonathan, when the former president emerges from that courtroom, I can only imagine what he'll have to say. But at this point, based on what we've heard come out of that courtroom, do you believe he'll look at this as a good day or a bad day?
I think you should look at it as a good day. If this is what they thought was their strongest start, this is a particularly anemic case. I mean, Pecker described how he asked Trump about the reimbursement of Cohen, and Trump said, I don't know anything about that. But more importantly, you now have the defense pointing out that he did the same thing for other celebrities. The point is that Trump was and is a celebrity. He had a hit show on television, and that was really good for the magazine. And Pecker himself said, I had a couple of different motivations here because this is what my readers wanted as well. None of that makes a particularly good case for anything criminal, but what is still missing is the fact that he just described doing the same thing for celebrities, because there's nothing illegal in this. There's nothing illegal in having an NDA. You can object to it. You can not like the underlying story, but it's not a campaign contribution, and the federal government itself made that clear.
Katie?
I definitely agree that the first witness should definitely be your strongest witness, and Pecker's testimony did nothing to prove this case beyond a reasonable doubt. In fact, he even said that he assumed that Trump wanted the stories killed for purposes of his campaign, but he didn't have any direct evidence of that. And an assumption is a far cry from beyond a reasonable doubt proof that that was the sole motivation behind these very lawful agreements. So certainly, I don't know what kind of ground they gained with him, aside from the fact of establishing that there was many conversations with Michael Cohen that seemed to be coordinating this on behalf of Trump. And again, we don't know if Trump was aware of what Cohen was relaying and claiming that Trump knew. That's certainly something that's very much up for debate.
All right, Andy, I want to take our viewers and listeners through something that just came to us out of the courtroom and get your response to it as the Pecker testimony is ongoing at this hour. When it comes to, and this is the cross-examination that is happening, this August 2015 meeting, in 2023, Pecker testified the wrong date of the meeting, and prosecutors had to correct him, okay? Just reading this verbatim as it's coming out of the courtroom to us. Beauvais, the Trump attorney that is conducting the cross-examination right now is pushing Pecker to make him question his memory and different series of events. That Trump lawyer is asking when the most recent meeting Pecker had with prosecutors. Pecker said 2 to 3 weeks ago. Pecker said he had probably 5 meetings total with prosecutors. December 2023, February 2024, he seemed flustered and can't remember specifics, saying, "I don't have my calendar in front of me." The Trump attorney then said it's hard to remember the dates of to the Trump attorney, he said it's hard to remember the dates of these things, even when they happened just a few months ago. Your takeaway from that exchange, Andy?
Well, it's a pretty standard line of cross-examination, Sandra, where, you know, once the witness is given a version of events that's helpful to the government, or at least that the state believes is helpful, you poke holes in it as defense counsel by showing that the witness isn't as sure, perhaps, as he seemed on direct examination, that the memory isn't as good, maybe the credibility isn't as high as you might have suspected. The thing I'd have some hesitance about here is I actually think Pecker, on balance, is a really good witness for Trump. He's clearly not a hostile witness. And you need to make some points about his memory. Maybe that helps something you want to say at the end of the case in summation to the jury. That's fine. But I would not cross the line and turn him into a hostile witness or get his backup, because I think he's more inclined to help Trump than hurt him.
You agree with that, Jonathan?
I absolutely agree with that. I think Andy's right on. Look, this guy has a gun to his head. He has an agreement that he signed. He doesn't want to be there. You don't want to give him a motivation here. But I think that they're scoring points right now, which also goes to what's going to happen in 18 minutes. There is a danger to sort of caging Trump in that courtroom, not able to speak. I think the other side is hoping that he will come out and vent. But what we're seeing in Pecker is how weak this case is. It's almost incomprehensible. So the president needs not to rehabilitate their case or give them anything with statements made outside that courtroom. This case is collapsing on its own weight. That also means that the president himself should not take the stand in this case. It is such a weak case that he would be given the prosecutors a possible opportunity that they would not otherwise have.
Katie, perhaps that's where we end things here. That question to you, do you agree with Jonathan that at this point, with that big decision before him, that the former president should not take the stand in his own defense?
I do agree that it would be very risky for him with the Sandoval rulings allowing in all of these other findings in the other civil cases. And so it would simply just attack his credibility in a way that's not necessary and open him up in a way that really isn't needed for the defense at this point, because the case is very weak. It's obvious why Alvin Bragg originally didn't think this case should be the first case to go, but for practical matters, it was the only one that could proceed. And it's a real risk for them at this point, because it's not looking good. It's not shaping up to really be a clear example of any criminal conduct. It's more confusing by the day.
Well, we will continue to lean on any updates that come out of that courtroom. Likely we will have court wrapping for the day shortly. And the former president, his team said earlier that he is expected to emerge from the courtroom and speak to the cameras. And we will have that for our viewers live. Thanks to all three of you for joining us.
Yo, there we have it, guys. This case is starting to crumble. Like I said, guys, DA Alvin Bragg brought forth a very weak charade case against Donald Trump, reviving this, dead in the water Frankenstein case, trying to bring about, a misdemeanor case, upgrading it to a felony in order to, come after a political opponent, and also, a presidential nominee, Donald Trump, guys. And it's not working whatsoever. This thing is very confusing, and it's hard to even comprehend, why they're bringing about this case, or why Alvin Bragg is trying to, try Donald Trump for a case that should have been, dead in the water. We've got David Pecker coming forth as the first witness, not making this thing any sturdier or any solid on, Alvin Bragg's part. Honestly, he's helping out Donald Trump is what our legal experts are trying to explain to us. Donald Trump wants David Pecker to get up there, and explain that, he does this for everyone. He scrubs stories. He is a story remover. And this is no different than, he's had, big clients, big name clients like Tiger Woods, and many other celebrities that he scrubbed the net or scrubbed stories that are negative about them and that, go against their image. No different for Donald Trump. David Pecker stating in court that, he did this for Donald Trump because Donald Trump has helped his business and he didn't want any negative stories getting out about Donald Trump. It honestly sounds like David Pecker doesn't want to be in court much, but is forced to be there and, giving his testimony. So he's given what he has to give, but he isn't given much, which could aid in the benefit, Donald Trump and his legal team. I'm excited to keep covering this one as, more develops, but this thing doesn't seem like it's getting any more solid, any more sturdy for this guy, Alvin Bragg, and that corrupt judge Juan Merchan. As we're seeing another huge backfire coming for that district attorney Alvin Bragg. I mean, your key witness, the first witness, is supposed to come forth and, try to prove this thing beyond reasonable doubt. And we're still left, kind of, hanging on this one. David Pecker not giving us much. And leaving this thing very hard to comprehend, which leads us to believe that this whole thing should be ending soon. This charade case is no different than all the other ones that have been brought about, against Donald Trump. We're seeing them trying to, interfere with the 2024 presidential election, tying up Donald Trump's campaign efforts. He has to sit in court, in these freezing courts. He's already come out and trying to plead his case that he's having to sit through, these cold courts in these charade cases. Now we've got Donald Trump doing what he does best, getting outside of these charade cases in these courtrooms and testifying, getting his story out there, getting the truth about what's going on, how he feels, and he's stating today that, he doesn't feel good inside of that courtroom. He doesn't want to be, participating in these charade cases, these political witch hunts. He would way rather be in Florida with his wife because it is Melania's birthday. But yet he is forced to, sit through these charade cases because we've got, corrupt district attorney over in the state of New York, Alvin Bragg, with that judge, Juan Merchan, guys, coming after him in another charade case. This is only bringing about more support. People are starting to wake up and see, like, would you want to be, sitting on a trial in a charade case and, it's your significant other's birthday? I mean, come on now. You'd way rather be, making breakfast in bed, some type of outing, planning an event. But yet this guy has to sit through these charade cases, fighting for his freedom, fighting for his name, and fighting for his spot as a president later on this year. But definitely hop in the comment section, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this. We're seeing DA Alvin Bragg's case off to a very shaky and rocky start. We got, that key witness, star witness, David Pecker, not being able to prove much, definitely not proving this thing beyond reasonable doubt. Definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on this one. Also, make sure you guys hit that share button and share this out to as many Facebook friends as possible, guys. Share the truth. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button. It doesn't cost a thing. Hit that like button for your boy, and also hit that subscribe button, guys. We're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on the next one.